So, Charlie, how did your career begin? How did you first decide to become an actor?
Yeah, so I was in when I went to school in San Antonio, Texas. I grew up in San Antonio, and I was originally born in Houston, but I spent most of my life in San Antonio and a brief stint in Georgia.
Not an entertainment mecca.
No, not in any sort of way. Not. The music is good, but the short story is that I could not be contained in the sense that I was just too all over the place. Like I was always making jokes and had to be the center of attention.
You were in a band.
Class, and well, that was later. But in elementary school.
That's something I didn't find in my research because there's not a lot about you online. So I have to have Paula here to tell me some of the stuff.
Yeah.
It was a year into dating him when I found out he'd been in a band.
She still finds things out
so
slowly.
Weird. I was like, what do you mean you were in a band? Like, you played in a garage? You're like, no, we played these big venues here and here, and I'm around Texas. And I was like, wait, what?
I think I didn't find out a few weeks ago that I love death metal.
Yeah, that was weird.
And she was like,
you went through a phase
what?
of that?
And I was like, yeah. And then like a couple days later, I'm like, here, listen to this. And I put it on. She was like, oh, my God, no. Occasionally, I like to mix it up. I like to surprise her. But anyway, so I couldn't. I found that when I was forced to take theater, like a multi-elect, a little bit of art, a little bit of choir, a little bit of band, and a little bit of theater, like 9 weeks of each, that all of a sudden I was in this class where I was rewarded and not sent to the principal's office for making everyone laugh.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so much about being funny. It was just about
under attack.
The
helicopter.
Yeah, helicopter.
Hollywood.
It was just about. It was about just getting some sort of release, like the energy out.
So you came to LA.
Immediately in 6th grade, I came to LA. Yeah, so anyway, I discovered theater and that I love theater and that I could, create that way. And then, did it in high school and then did it in college. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to college. I wanted to come out to LA, but I ended up doing college anyway in San Antonio. I went to the University of the.
For a little while.
Hold on, this is my story. Can I talk to you for a second over here? I went to University of the Harvard in San Antonio. Lovely school. However, I think the second that I opened my stage lighting textbook, I went, nope, I don't want to go to college. Why am I here? And I realized that I just wanted to act. I didn't want to read about lighting techniques for Chekhov plays.
Not a producer.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
So, I had a band, and at the time, called Hogleg.
Yeah. I don't know the story.
It was
basis.
And so after about 2 years of playing with the band, I decided that it was in my best interest to actually come to LA. And I'm the first person from my family to leave.
But more to the question, how did your career start in LA?
Oh, that's right. There was a question.
That's
okay.
I'm more than happy to hear about the band and stuff like that. So.
One more shot for me. How did my career start?
Yeah.
This isn't live, is it? Let's just go.
It's live, yes. It's very live.
I know.
No cutting.
As soon as I came here, I met a lovely woman named Devira Marcus, and the short version of the story is she just introduced me to a lot of really well-connected people, and I had an agent like a week later.
Funny story with Dee, because you haven't said anything yet, is that when I met him on a film, the film Staunton Hill in Pennsylvania, he would talk about his roommate, Dee, and he clearly was over the moon for this gal, and was just owed so much to her. She was amazing, couldn't say enough good things, and I was like, I really am starting to like this guy, but this is not going to work because he clearly is obsessed with his roommate. And so in my head, I'd cast her as a Victoria's Secret model. And when this is a month or so after shooting, we get back to LA, and he's like, I can't wait for you to meet Dee. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait either. And we get to their condo, and she opens the door, and she's this adorable 80-year-old Jewish lady who's just like, hello, I've heard so much about you. And I'm like, I heard a lot about you too. None of which was your age. It was amazing. But I was like, she is like your grandma. Okay, that's different then.
So back to the question she asked me about my career. Anyway, so Dee introduced me to a lot of people, and I got an agent, and then after that, I got Without a Trace. I think I had been out here for like a month.
Yeah.
And I got my SAG card. Shut up.
So not fair.
And I got Without a Trace, but then reality hit because I was like, oh, it's so easy. What's the problem? Jeez, I get it in no time. Reality hit, and I didn't work for like 2.5 years after that. I had a SAG card, and I had an equity. I was in AEA because I had done a musical with the Mark Taper and PLAY.
There's a big theater out here.
And then I didn't get anything, and it was a reality check.
Don't feel too sorry for him because he works a lot now. He's the one selling you everything on every commercial.
Yeah, I've watched some of his reels, and I'm like, yep, seen that one too. So.
Yeah, and lots of TV and stuff. So it turned out okay. Lot of TV for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
She's amazing. We still see her all the time.
But it wasn't that easy.
No, but at first it was. Which I was so like my entire career's been like little run, up the run, up the run, up the run, and his was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, can we talk?
I'm going to Hollywood, and a month later I have an agent. So.
But it's been fun.
Well, yeah, we mentioned